Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're talking about ITRM, Iterum Therapeutics. We've covered this one multiple times before, but today is a new day and a new update, so let's jump right into this one. So ITRM, multiple videos are in the description below for my previous update, but today we come with different news specifically towards Fridays and how that's going to move forward, and then technical analysis. So if you have been around ITRM, you would know currently that they do have an event happening on April 15th, which is the 20th annual NEDM Virtual Healthcare Conference. Now, they did have as well previous events and previous news coming in all the way back in March, not a lot in April. And in terms of the latest news that happened through an SEC filing is this one here. On April 8th, ITRM received a notice from the US Food and Administration, FDA, that it needs more time to review the materials that has been provided by the company in support to the company's new drug application for sulopenem and for the treatment of uncomplicated urinary tract infections in patients with non-susceptible pathogens, and therefore previously scheduled FDA committee on June 2nd, 2021 has been postponed. Now, a new date for the panel review for the company's NDA has not yet been confirmed, and the company continues to work closely with the FDA to facilitate its review. And there is also this kind of misconception that, well, they're just gonna reject it if they're giving it a delay there. Well, the FDA delay is from the FDA, so it's not from Iterum, so you need to understand that. It's not something that they've done wrong, it's just the FDA is busy. We're in a pandemic. They have a lot of things that they're trying to accept through. They've been busy with COVID, with regulations, with looking into AstraZeneca, for instance, in the US for approval. So it's not that they're just sitting there twiddling the thumb. They're a little bit busier than usual. I would say we're in a pandemic, so I would expect them to be a little bit busier than usual. Nonetheless, they still hasn't rejected it. They just want more time. So the advisory committee currently is to be decided. The potential FDA approval is currently still in Q3 2021, but that might be extended to maybe Q4 2021, which is not a bad thing when you think about it. Nonetheless, it's still more time is needed there. And if we were to look into institutional buyers, what we do see here is that things are looking still stagnant. There's nothing happening here in March. And insiders as well, nothing out of the regular. So before we move forward, let's jump right into a little bit of a snapshot to what this product is in general and what has been gone through already. And before we do so, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave notifications on. It does help my channel a lot. And if you would like to join our server, Discord server, it's in the description below, and there's no restrictions there or any kind of commitments. So for this product here, there is something that you need to look at. So for instance, oral only, oral and IV only. Currently, there's a high unmet need for such product. Oral products, community focus, potential for multiple indications, and payer access and reimbursement outside the hospital. Now, more on here in terms of the statistical superiority here. So you see in 286 people or patients, quinone non-susceptible population assessed for superiority defined as a p-value of less than 0.05. Now, non-inferiority, this one here is being treated at a confidence interval of 95%, and the population being less than 10% in terms of the microbiological modified intent to treat the population. Now, what we see here is the overall response shows that there is currently a difference of 26.6%. Now, that might not seem a lot, but in the medical industry, that is still somewhat significant towards treating people. Right? If you have no other option and you have a medicine that has 26.6% difference, it does add up for when you're talking about thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. Now, for potential US UTI opportunity, starting off with the US UTI prescription, around 22 million of them, you have the non-susceptible prescriptions, around 6.5 million, with a 6.5 billion potential market cap or market itself, and you have the quinone susceptible prescriptions, that is 15 million, that has 15 billion potential market. Now, evaluated risk around 5.3 million, and non-evaluated risk around 9.9 million. And what does that say? Well, it basically says that there is a lot of market that has not been covered, and this one places right in a sweet spot. Currently, we were in this one here, potential NDA approval in the second half of 2021. There's an advisory committee that was supposed to happen on the 2nd of June. Now that's pushed on. We're not sure when, but we might say perhaps Q3 2021, and that means the potential NDA approval would probably be pushed on a little to this later on of second half of 2021. So let's jump right into technical analysis. Now, on the technical analysis point of view, I will just try to focus on a couple of things. For instance, where most positive reversals occur, and that's between the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA, and that channels between 154 and 145. So you can expect it to occur there. Now, currently, what we're seeing is that indicators are going back bearish, but that is mainly due to the last news. You get to see it was actually climbing up nicely into a bullish action up to almost the 166, 168 level, and all indicators were turning bullish. Now, yes, this is more of a bump in the road. The MACD on the 1 week perspective and other indicators are showing that this is a massive pump. However, sorry, I said bump, not pump. Anyway, we're looking into the moving average band here, 168 on the top, 152 in the middle, 137 on the bottom. Currently, it's trading at 132. So that means it's touched, well, at least it touched the Bollinger Bands at the bottom of 128. Now, the top of the Bollinger Bands is 176. I don't see it dropping below the 128, or at least not suddenly. And if we were to look into the Fibonacci retracements, we see 3 in the top, 45 cents in the bottom. And we're looking at the next support on Fibonacci retracements being at the 105 level. Significant resistances, 143, 173, 203, 246, and 301. And if we were to look into just normal price line action, what we're seeing here is that the significant support is sitting at 129. Below there, you're looking at 117. Below there, you're looking down towards the 102 level and the 91 cents level. Significant resistances, you're looking at a very strong resistance happening at 136, upward to 152, upwards to 161. Following that, 181, you're looking into $2, and then up to 219, 227, etc. When it comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, there's a couple of things here. It's a pharma. There's some deadlines that can happen. We've seen it drop before relating to similar news on FDA, or at least companies similar to it, relating to news on delayed FDA. Usually it does drop, and it drops for a couple of days. It does then accumulate, and then once the new date comes up and it comes closer, you start seeing a further on push. But just be very careful, because currently you see that the current very strong support is currently sitting at 130, and it's currently right on there. So you need to be very vigilant if it does break that support or not. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. Have a wonderful day. And a quick thing here, if you've stayed this long in the video, I would love to invite you to my Discord server. It's in the description below. It's totally free. What we do here is sometimes pick long-term swings, long-term positions, swings, etc. We do scalps as well during the day. It's totally free. It's more of just trade ideas in general. And we also trade together here in Trading Floor. We have also chats during the week to discuss our trading sessions, strategies, etc. Feel free to join us. There's no obligations there, and have a wonderful day.